And we are live. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, we are live. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're almost done. And we are running up here on another mission. Mission. No! Oh, we're just getting started. Mistakes were definitely made, but it'll be alright as you try not to get hit. Oh boy. We hope that the stream is still working, but regardless, we're still gonna keep running, keep moving, keeping it going as we make our way through. But let's see, running through the city or the 6th, whatever you call it. We're out of here, running, doing. Thank for simply all you people streaming. Oh boy, as we transform, we go. Woo. Oh boy. Let me just skip the song. It's tricky. Alright, we're about to go on a more public road, so I get some more reactions. Tricky. Although you can't see us smiling, we're doing a little bit of that as we make our way through. I try to engage with the people, engage with the world around us, right? Because we see so many people go through their day simply, I would say, like, alone. Are you almost like trying to block everyone out? But you know what you got to realize is that, you know, we're all in this together, but we're all moving through this great thing called life, right? We're progressing through it. And you know, for you, regardless of, you know, what you may think you have in common with people, essentially like things you dislike about people, right? You may be a gamer or a sports fanatic, and someone doesn't like it. But you know that with anybody you interact with, you're always gonna have that base level, you know, thing in common, right? Because you're all alive, right? You're all moving through this world together, right? As one, as a unit. And you know, people often take that for granted, right? They can get caught up and lost certain aspects of their life, right? High school can seem overwhelming, right? It can seem like everything to them. And you know, essentially things like that, things like high school, college, even your career are just a phase, right? It's just a simple moment in time. And for so many people, they can't really realize that, right? They get so caught up in it. They get stressed, they get anxious, right? They start to worry pretty much unnecessarily, right? About things essentially out of the control, right? Whether or not, you know, everyone in the workplace likes them or doesn't like them or invites them to a particular party, right? That was a big one for me growing up, right? When I would always hear about a party or a get-together, something going on, I wanted to be a part of it, right? So many people were doing those types of things, right? And you would see it on social media, on Facebook. You'd see them out having fun, out, you know, seemingly having a blast. And if you weren't, a part of it, you essentially, you know, would feel left out, like you were missing something, right? And it could really damage your psyche, right? For so many people right now, feeling that acceptance, right? That awesome feeling that so many people, you know, want, right? They just want to be loved, right? That's what so many people are essentially chasing, right? That validation through the form of that attention, right? Or, you know, that invitation, right? I, for one, would struggle to get that, right? I worked diligently, right? Trying to befriend people that I really, thinking about it now, I didn't really like, right? They weren't, I would say, the best friends for me, right? I seemingly had like nothing in common with them. But you know what? I just wanted one thing, and it was a validation. I wanted, you know, that invitation, right? And if you think that way, it's gonna turn you, or at least your personality, it's gonna turn it different, right? Because of your intentions, right? Do you really want the best for other people if you want something from them, right? And while the people that are very good at this, I would call them master manipulators, right? Actors, per se, right? They're very good at getting what they want from people, right? Because they are driven, you know, by a desire to get what they want, right? An inner need. And, you know, they can't imagine themselves not having it, right? So they'll do crazy stuff, illegal stuff, right? Forbidden activities in order to get what they want. And we're gonna check to see if we're still streaming, because this is the first one. We're still trying things out and seeing, right? And we still are up. Wow, this is looking good, looking great. We're 9 minutes in to the stream, right as we are live on Twitch. Such an awesome platform, right? Because we are able to take simply what we do every day, right? This is something that I do. You know, I exercise every day, but I run every other day. And what better way to share it with everyone than through an online platform like Twitch? Right? It's so awesome. It enables you at a click of a button to share whatever it is that you're doing. And you know, essentially this is just another day, another part of our life, right? Love this, right? I can't imagine myself not doing this, right? I'm so driven by a love for this activity, by the running and juggling, right? That we essentially, I'd even call it like, addiction, right? But I would call it a good one, right? Because we, are seeing improvement from it, right? Not only physically, right, through the gains of running, right, burning the calories, cutting the weight, but also mentally, right, the feeling of finishing the workout, right, the confidence boost, that self-esteem boost, right, that you get, right, not only through the runner's high, but also the progress that comes with it, right? I would say that this probably multiplies the runner's high by an exponential value. As we were taking a breath, gathering ourselves, as we have to wait a little bit for this light to change. And that's a big thing too. We want to make sure that we have eye contact with everyone, right, when we're crossing the street, so we don't get hit by someone who doesn't see us. So as we are wearing neon green, waving at everyone, right, trying to make ourselves seen, our presence felt, but as we make our way out here. Oh, and I love this song. The Thrillers, Ain't Nothing But a G Thing, is playing. Ain't nothing but a G thing, baby, 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 baby. Hey, cause we gotta have some good tunes playing while we are out here running. Whoop, whoop. So it looks like it's about to rain just about now. It rained a little bit earlier, but looks like it's going to do so a little bit more. But let's see. Right, and even if it rains, we'll be fine. We'll be dandy. Our camera equipment is waterproof, right? So we're meant to handle situations like these. Oh, and we got a alarm, right? It almost sounds like a tornado is coming through, but essentially we'll be okay, right? We're not here taking the risk, going, doing other. Yo, what's up? And essentially, let's squeeze right in through here as we try not to get hit by these cars and run over by that huge lawnmower. As we try to make our way through. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. And we hope that you can hear us right with this big, loud, angry machine. As you gotta wait for him to get out of the way. As we, whoa, what was that? But essentially, let's see. Let's keep going, keep moving, and make our way through, right? Make our way, moving along. Yeah, what's good? Thank you. Let's see. Topics. As we make our way through, right, full of energy, full of life, right? Because that's what we train for, right? Because we don't want to be tired, sluggish. Yeah, the whole reason why you train is so, you can see that progress, right? That improvement. So the next time you try that same workout or exercise routine, it's gonna be all the much easier, right? And you should be going beyond that simple, that same exercise that you're doing or set of exercises, right? You want to progress. So in order to progress, whoa, as we freaking got messed up a little bit, but we are okay. Oh man, no excuses. It's still going. Who cares? But we want to say hi to everybody, but we kind of messed up there. But it's okay. We got to stay focused, right? Live for another day. Live to tell another tale. And You know, essentially we could even bring that example into fitness in particular, right? You want to live to see another workout, right? You don't want to get hurt, right? You don't want to mess yourself up so bad that you can't, you know, keep going. You can't work out the next day or even within the same day. And, you know, essentially that's going to take some carefulness, right? Awareness of your body and how you're moving it. What are you doing to preserve it, right? Like a car, like a machine, right? Essentially because you have to take care of it. If you don't, you know, essentially are going to be messing it up, breaking it, right? You can't imagine taking a car and running it at 100 miles an hour on a street, right? Swerving it around, making the tires screech, shifting into gears and redlining it when you're not supposed to be doing so. And, you know, essentially that's horrible, right? That's so bad for it. And so many people do this with their body, right? They put disgusting, sugary, greasy, fattening junk food in their body, right? It's almost a scary thought for us, but you know, it's a regular occurrence for many people, right? They do it subconsciously, right? Because it's a habit, right? Something they could do without thinking, right? It's just another part of their daily routine, right? Routines and habits can be both good and bad, right? They're not just good or bad. Hello, what's up? But you have to think, right? Is what you're doing, is it a good habit or a bad habit? And, you know, essentially, if you get lost within it, you won't be able to see the progress, right? Whether you are advancing or declining, right? Your progress. If it's something, let's say fitness related, are you losing weight? Are you gaining weight? Right? Are you starting to see more gains? Is your muscle mass increasing or decreasing, right? Along with your body fat, right? These metrics are there for you, right? To help you improve and see how well you're doing in regards to your habits, right? What you're doing day to day, week to week, month to month. If you start to see yourself improve, right, get a better body, you're gonna know, right? People are gonna tell you, right? Man, what have you been doing? Right? I want to get like you. What happened? Right? You look great. So forth. Right? It doesn't have to be. You don't have to transform into someone with the most aesthetic, biggest bodybuilding muscles, but the improvement is all that matters, right? All that counts. You getting better, seeing yourself expand and grow, right? Think of yourself as one giant muscle, right? Whatever muscle it may be, a big chest muscle, bicep, whatever it is. But, you know, essentially take that to life, right? Because everything you do is just like it. It's just like working out, right? Working on yourself, right? Whether it may be going to school, right? Getting an education. We're right next to a school, right? We want, you know, to get smarter, get more knowledgeable about certain topics. And, you know, essentially it's gonna take work, right? It's gonna take you sacrificing your time, right? Your effort, and, you know, essentially working on yourself and your ability as we are crossing the street. So think of it, right? You want to get better at school, you want to get better at physics, you're going to probably want to go, someone's smiling at us, you want to go to the library and study as much as you possibly can. And, you know, per se, you don't have to torture yourself, right? Study for 8, 10, 12 hours straight, like I've seen so many of my friends do. when they're cramming for a test, right? They try to put everything in at once, and you know, that can actually be detrimental, right? It makes you tired, it makes you restless, right? Because, ooh, the voice cracked a little bit as we are processing our breath. But you know what? Think about it, right? Think about how you can get better, right? So in order to really, you know, do the work the right way, think about it like you would at the gym, right? You're not going to go to the gym for 8, 10, 12 hours in a row, right? Your body's going to get tired. It's going to force you to take a break. But even if you try to do so, do spit. But even if you try to do something like that, your body's going to slow you down. It's going to make you have a lot less output, right? Especially as you go up in the time, right? As 4 or 5 hours kicks in, you're going to start to see, you know, your ability to move weight, right? Let's say your max bench press is 225. It's not even going to be a third of that at that point, right? If you keep working it out and working out, and before you know it, your body is going to get used to you working out at a third of the bench press rate, right? Of how much weight you can be pushing, right? And you might even find yourself being able to push, you know, less higher weights, right? Lower amounts of weight, right? You won't be able to lift up that 225 as easily, and God forbid, if you had the goal of lifting 305 and you do something as crazy as that, right? Consistently work out for hours upon hours in a row at a half, a third, a fourth of the output that you are doing, essentially you're not going to be setting yourself up for failure. You're not going to be progressing in the strength gains, right? Think of your strength like your IQ, your knowledge, right? Expanding that, right? Your IQ is almost like if someone can ask you a question at any time, anywhere, how quickly can you answer it and respond to it, right? And move towards the appropriate answer. And, you know, essentially, that's what it boils down to, right? Because if you're doing these super long study sessions, and, you know, sometimes I would call them torture sessions at the point, you're just torturing yourself, studying for the sake of studying, right? Horrible. And what you want to do instead is employ methods like the Pomodoro technique, right? 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. Or find a way, you know, to adjust that time accordingly, right? Figure out what works best, right? Because a lot of us don't really know ourselves that well. And that's okay. You don't have to know everything about yourself, right? It's a whole process of life, I would say, is self-discovery, right? Figuring out what you're good at, what you're bad at, right? What you like to do, what you don't like to do, right? Focusing on the things that you do like and kind of, sort of, ignoring things that you don't. But doesn't mean that you can't work on them. You can work to accentuate your weaknesses, right? Not allow yourself to get exposed, right? Because that'll happen if, you know, you have too many weaknesses, right? And the weaknesses are too weak, right? I like to think of life as like an MMA example, right? MMA fighters, they have to do boxing, kickboxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and bring them all together, right? All these different skill sets that take years upon years to master, right? And improve, right? We're gonna take off our glasses so we can see better, right? As our glasses are getting foggy, right? It's raining so hard on us, but essentially we're gonna keep on topic, keep on par. And come to think about it, right? Life is like MMA, right? Because anybody can come at you with these different specialties, right? So many people may focus so much on one particular skill, right? And that's great. It can make you an awesome living, right? Get you by. But, you know, there's only gonna come a time where someone exposes you for your weaknesses, right? And for so many people, it may be, you know, getting up and talking and communicating, right? If someone asks you, tell me about yourself, right? Are you going to be able to adequately answer that, right? An employer, right? You can have all the technical experience and degrees right behind you, but if you're not able to answer that simple question when it is asked, your employer probably, you know, might not hire you, right? Might not see you as adequate, right? For something as a simple question, right? And also too, right, we'll even get into the topic of public speaking, right? You want to improve that, right? Because essentially so many individuals lack that skill, and you know, they may have these great ideas, right? Great, you know, things that they are passionate about and work hours upon hours on, right? Building devices, creating systems, right? Financial systems, healthcare systems, but they may struggle in, you know, presenting these ideas, right? Communicating them to other individuals, right? And, you know, I would say it's one of the, you know, most lost skills of our generation. And so many of us are taught to go to school, get an education, work very hard, and, you know, simply think that throwing our degrees on the table, our resumes, our experiences are going to get us the job, right? It's going to take more than that, more, you know, than just words on a paper, right? There's got to be words coming out of your mouth, right? The mouthpiece. So many people neglect the importance of that. It's such a crucial, you know, skill to have, right? The ability to just talk, right? It can fast forward your career in so many ways, right? If you have a deficiency in education, right, you're lacking the proper credibility, right, technical skills. If you have those vocal abilities, you know, it's going to be able to compensate for it, right? Not make you have to go back to school and get things like a master's degree or doctorate, or even go to law school, right? So many people think that they have to do, but I even say, right, in major corporations, a lot of the individuals at the super high positions aren't necessarily the ones that went to school for 8 years and got a PhD and all the technical abilities, right? They're the ones that simply know how to express ideas, how to work with other people, make them feel great, make them feel awesome, you know, about whatever it is that they're doing, right? Unite them on a common purpose, on a common objective, and, you know, get it going, get the work going, right? Amongst a larger set of individuals, right? You can do as much, I would say, they call it in science bench work, right? Bench work is, you know, when you are essentially just doing the experiment, right? Injecting the material into different containers, looking under the microscope, doing these repetitive procedures. You can do so much of that, right, to help your lab. And the real big work, foundational work that I would say so many labs can't live without is the managerial work, managing all the minds within the lab, right? Looking at people, seeing, are they happy today? Are they not happy today? Right? Did they have, you know, problem, you know, sitting in traffic today? Did the traffic get to their head? Right? Are they sick? Did their dog, you know, something happened to their dog that might make them feel down? Or, you know, they might be happy, right? Their anniversary might be nearing, right? Or their birthday, whatever it is, right? Happy or sad, right? Excited and disappointed, right? Whatever their emotions are. And not only within companies, but within your daily life, as you interact with other people, that's going to help us. As this guy didn't see us, and he would have killed us had we not seen him. But, you know, essentially as you go about your business, about your daily life, I would say it's not so much about showing off your flashy things, right? Flashy cars, flashy houses, and trying to impress other people, right? You want to do your activities for you, right? You are your best friend, right? Not your arch nemesis, as so many people make themselves out to be. And essentially, you have to think about that, right? Think like someone who's at the helm of their life, right? You are in charge of yourself. You are in operation of your activities, right? What you are doing within your day-to-day business. We're gonna go. Alright, let's try this again. Whoa. God damn, this is scary. Man, I don't think we chose the best time to go running. We're out here, seemingly, I would say, stranded. Right as we make our way through the thunderstorms. It's so scary, so freaky, right? Taking the risk, and what's supposed doing. Damn, am I getting it going? How are you? All you wonderful people. And moving along, going through. Feels like it was a normal, sunny, wonderful day. But unfortunately, it's not. It's so wet and rainy and scary and gloomy. Right? So many reasons to feel bad and down and complain. Right, it's right in front of us, right through the rain, right through this condition, right, as unfortunate as it may appear to be. Right, so many of us essentially, can look at it as an excuse, right? Something to look down upon,